Namaskar. I greet every one of you on India's 75th Independence Day. The spirit of Mahapatra Transform has been the spirit of intellectual freedom, the ability to know what we do not know, the ability to acknowledge what we are not good at, and ability to embrace those people who know a little more than us. So with this spirit, we begin this episode of Mahapatra Transform, which is on delegation. When the organizational size gets bigger or the responsibility gets bigger, we resort to taking our own tasks and giving it to others. When delegation works well, there is a sense of trust, there is a sense of development, leadership pipeline is getting built, preparedness of the future is there. If it doesn't work well, then we hear sound bites. There is a micromanagement, it is a one-man show, there is favoritism. We must analyze what is delegation, how to delegate, whom to delegate, when delegation fails. So how to delegate? You give the goal, you communicate, and you get out of the way. So goal is conveyed through a series of communication, like project briefing, a part of the bigger picture. You give what is the objective, various boundary conditions, or various organizational ethos or family ethos if you are delegating it inside your family to somebody else. Communicate not just what, because what of the project is important, but when, where, how, and how much. When and where are the boundary conditions. How and how much should generally be kept at a very high level. People tend to develop when how and how much is a discretionary function of the person to whom you are delegating. Who to delegate? A person to whom you can trust or delegate generally have a few attributes. Good communication skill, very diligent, she is willing to experiment, innovate, and find new ways. Good social skills, some amount of confidence. She learns from mistakes and doesn't repeat her mistakes. Because if these basic attributes are not there, the delegation is likely to fail and create more stress. The delegation itself is an exercise in stress reduction and leadership pipeline development. So it's very important that we should get only the deserving candidates to do the work. If it is not there, then such persons are not ready to be delegated work, but they must be trained. They must be coached. What to delegate? It is better to delegate the whole project rather than only some tasks, because whole project gives delegation a totally different context, and generally the delegatee is encouraged to take the entire responsibility, and it brings the growth in them. It is also a good idea that if you have found someone who is good at a particular job, then better to delegate that task. Delegation mostly fails because there is a lot of micromanagement. I told at the beginning itself, the basic design of delegation is define the what of it, communicate the boundary conditions and what is expected, and then get out of the way. Do we want to completely give up on reviews also? No. But reviews should not be every hour or morning and evening. It should be either milestone based or project percentage completion based. In my experience, whenever I used to give large projects to general managers or seniors, I used to tell that whenever you think that a quarter of the project is complete, give me a download of what has been achieved and what are the problems that you are facing. It also fails because very tight timelining and inappropriate resourcing on the part of the person who is delegating. Many times timelines and milestones are fixed based on the capability level, the stature, and the authority that the person who is delegating enjoys in the organization. It is also very important. Innovation and project management are key. So if we have a discipline around which things will work, then delegation succeeds. The other important thing why delegations fail is that delegation is taken as an exercise of authority or exercise of hierarchy. I have so many people below me, so I will delegate a few things. If the person who is delegating takes a developmental approach, development of the person to whom it has been delegated, and a self-development. You do not give up your hat of learning. You do not give up humbleness in you that somebody else could do it better. Assume a role of a coach, a mentor, a support function as it is delegated, and acknowledge that whoever is been delegated is the leader of the project. Then it works well. I have done 2 or 3 exercises which has helped me in better delegation, and I recommend it to all of you. The first one is that take a group of the so-called incompetent or less competent people and try to complete a project with them, giving them responsibility, trying to coach them, trying to mentor them. The second exercise often is trying a batch of greenhorns. In State Bank of India, I have trained a group of probationers or a group of new technology recruits. How do you mentor them and how do you prepare them for higher responsibility will make your delegations better. The third exercise that I want to leave with you is that try to remote manage a project without physically being present at that project. In those situations, you will learn who are the good people, who can be trusted, who can be delegated, what are the contours, how to take time efficient and subject efficient reviews, and make the project succeed. Especially my young friends who are listening, better to learn the art and science and the details of delegation right at the beginning of your career, because when you are senior, unless you are proficient in delegating, you will be stressing yourself, you will be killing yourself. Thank you very much.